Hello everyone. Today we're in the showroom of Custom Home Improvement with Rob Tench from Newport News, who recently had a new roof installed by Custom Home Improvement and wanted to stop by today just to tell us about his experience. Also here today is Greg Darkish and Lyle Bosher, also from Custom Home Improvement, who were their salesmen, plural. Let me begin by thanking you first, Rob, for stopping in today and congratulating you on your new roof, which we can see directly behind you. It looks beautiful. Let me ask you first, what was the condition and age of your old roof, and what made you decide it was time for a new one?
The house was built in 1998, and this is the original roof. And a lot of other neighbors in my neighborhood were having new roofs put on. And over the last few years in particular, we started seeing more and more of the leaking, the more and more of the shingles loosening. And we'd had some previous damage. So it was time. It was time.
Did you have a lot of leaks inside, and what would they start off with, like stains on the ceiling?
Yes.
And so on? Oh, okay.
We had leaks in our master bedroom, in our dining room, kitchen, particularly in our garage. We have a spot where water would come in right above the garage, and it was bad. We were having mold. Any heavy storm, especially any nor'easter, it was terrible.
Oh, so it's fair to say that it was definitely time.
It was time. Yes.
Well, I understand that you had it worked on before, and what did you have? And if you did, what did you have done, and how did it go? Well,
the work was acceptable. It did stop our problem, and Lyle Greg can explain the more technical side of things. But we had a little pitch above our front door, and this roof, my house.
I can see it there in the picture.
Roof. Water was getting underneath one of that dormer, and it was just going into the house. And one day, we're having dinner in the dining room, it was raining heavily. All of a sudden, a big old gush of water just starts coming in.
Oh.
And we didn't even know there was a problem. But there was a problem.
You knew it then.
Yeah, got a lot of quotes, and a fellow came over. Actually, what happened is the contractor we had doing the internal work recommended a fellow he worked with, and he came over and did some work. But when the crew came over to put our roof on, we explained the situation, and they took it to another level. What they did, I don't know, but it looks great. No leaks.
Oh, that's good. What were your main concerns about a new roof? For example, the quality of the installation, the price, the contractor's reputation, the warranty on the roof itself. In your mind, what were the most important aspects to consider?
Well, all of those that you mentioned were important factors.
All of the above?
All of the above. But I'd say first among equal were probably the quality. Like I said, we've been dealing with this roof and these roofing issues for years. So, as I told the guys, I didn't want just a good roof, I wanted a great roof. So quality of the construction, the job, the shingles, that was the number one. Affordability, of course, but we had cheaper quotes, but it was also a cheaper product. So that was a no-starter with these other places. Another factor was that Custom Home Improvement did financing. My wife and I were refinancing the house, but we wanted that option, and Custom Home Improvement was one of the few companies that did that.
That's
and of
good.
course, and then I checked out Custom Home on their web page, and I kept reading so many good things about them, the awards they won for the best of the best. Of course, when we met, it was just a great experience, and the guys took a lot of time, very patient, explaining step by step what Custom Home did, how they did it, and the materials, and the whole project. It was just very, very impressive.
So it's safe to say that it was your lucky day when Greg and Lyle stepped into your life and helped you out with that roof.
And as I mentioned, several of my neighbors already had roofs put on, and they had used different people. In fact, Custom Home had put one on in a neighbor's home a few blocks away, and I guess that's how the guys ended up at our house. They probably saw how bad the roof looked and made an appointment. But I had several quotes. I won't mention the company, but I had one company that I called, and this is how it went. I called, and the person answered the phone and says, "What's your name?" And I told her the name. Says, "What's your address?" Okay, the address. "What's your email?" And I gave her the email, and she said, "Okay, I will send you a quote." And she hung up. And that
just like that.
Just like that. It took 20, 30 seconds. The quote did come through. I showed it to the guys. This was long after we had decided to go, because they kind of laughed, because it was not only bizarre, but it was
No
Missing.
personal
No,
connection
no
at
per-
all.
yeah.
Didn't even look at the house.
Missing what they were actually going to do.
oh yeah, it never came out,
No,
nothing like
no
that.
explanation of what they do.
Yeah, it was just strange, and what they had laid out in their quote was like comparing a professional football player with someone in Pee Wee League or something. It was, the gulf, that divide was so wide.
Well,
No comparison.
your first impressions with Greg and Lyle here, and the way they helped you out. Tell me a little bit about how that experience was in terms of answering your questions and putting your fears to rest. How did that go?
Well, I think it's just natural when you have someone comes in that your guard's up a little bit, but in 5-10 minutes my wife and I felt very comfortable with Greg and
That's
Lyle.
good to hear.
Yeah, there was an authenticity and a genuineness about them that we picked up immediately, and we didn't commit right away, not that day. We were close, but they gave us some space and time. But soon after they left, it was my wife and said, "We got to go with
Let's get that roof done.
Let's get that roof." Yeah, it was one of the quickest, easiest decisions I've ever made, and best decisions.
Now, did they review with you on what to expect during the entire process?
They did, and everything
Good.
was exactly how they laid it out,
Yeah.
step by step. Yep.
Tell me more on how the installation went. Day one.
Well, we were scheduled to have our installation done on a Thursday, the Thursday before the Christmas, but rain was in the forecast, so that got postponed and put back rather to a Saturday. And Doc, he was in charge of scheduling and getting the supplies and everything set up. And he kept in touch with me many, many times, lots of phone calls. When he would call, if I didn't respond, and he'd call again to make sure I got the message. But he said the guys would be out around 6:30 on Saturday. And I said, on a Saturday? I said, we can postpone this till after the holidays. He said, nope, we told you were going to have that roof before the holidays, and you're going to get that roof. And that's exactly what happened. Great crew. 6:30, they were waiting for us, I think, to come out to them. They didn't want to disturb us, but I went right out, and boy, they went right to it. And they
Good.
stayed on it all day. They worked 6 to around that 6:30 until about 6 at night when it was too dark. They did take maybe a 15, 20-minute break, and they sat in the grass,
We got to eat lunch.
got in on, and they sat there. I offered to buy them donuts, give them water, all kind. Nope, no sir, no ma'am. Boom. They were polite.
That's great.
Very professional.
How was the cleanup when it was all finished?
You know, that may be the most impressive thing of it all. I haven't seen a nail, any debris, any piece of plastics, any of the like shingle stuff, nothing. And I have a dog and kids, and they're all running around, nothing.
Oh,
And
that's great.
I've had other roofer companies when they would put covers over my plants and bushes, burn them all up. Of course, it wasn't that hot
At that
but no.
time, yeah.
But I was amazed,
Oh, that's good.
unbelievable.
Well, you chose to install a new GAF Silver Pledge roofing system. And as you know, and Greg and Lyle have probably told you, any contractor can run down to a home improvement store and pick up a
Yeah.
GAF shingle and put it up and say, hey, I just put up a brand new GAF roof. Well, Custom Home Improvement is a GAF Master Elite Certified contractor. How important was that to you in making your decision?
Oh, extremely important. We originally thought, hey, we'll get this roof on. Our kids are growing older. We'll downsize and sell the home in a few years. You know, get something serviceable. But after their presentation and the more we thought about it, it was like, you know, maybe we should just stay here. The value of the home is going to increase significantly. This is the last roof we'll ever have to put on.
That's good.
And we'll never have to worry about leaks. They're
That's
just a
good.
phone call away. So the quality was incredibly important.
Well, Greg and Lyle probably also explained to you that that roof has to be installed exactly to GAF specs
They did.
to fall under the Silver Pledge warranty.
And other roofs I had, it was like, well, this is a 15-year roof, this is a 20, this is a 30. This is lifetime. So we figure even worst case scenario, it's not worst case, but however long we're here, it's great. And then if we sell the home, it gives us peace of mind knowing that the homeowner after us will have that transferable warranty and can stay there. That we would feel good about that.
Oh, that's good. Then, of course, there's all the other different warranties on both installation labor and shingle warranties from other contractors. That can be pretty confusing, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So what did you like most about what Custom Home Improvement offered along those lines?
As far as the quality of the shingle or just the whole experience?
Well, in terms of the product itself, the roof, the warranty that goes with it.
Well, I love my roof. I never get tired of looking at it.
That's the bottom line.
You know, and my wife loves it. So I would just say overall just how good it is. And heck, I even like for it to rain now. So I, you know.
Don't have to worry about it.
No, I'll get out there and look. So, I mean, the overall experience, I just can't say enough good things about it. But the stellar quality of not only the materials, but of the people that I worked with, not only Greg and Lyle, but you know, Mock in the office, Doc and the production, and the crew that came out and did the work.
Well, you know, Doc, going back to Doc is the installation manager, I understand. To have an installation manager bird dog that job from start to finish, how impressive was that? Because that is not the norm with most other contractors.
He called me one night at 9 o'clock. He said, I'm sorry for calling so late, but I hadn't heard back from you. And we talked about the scheduling. I said, Doc, you need to get home. I'm sure you got to get there early tomorrow morning. He said, yeah, I do, but I just left a customer's home, and I just wanted to double check with you. And on that Saturday, once the job started, he drove over from Virginia Beach to check on that. And another job was going on too in a different part of the city. And he said he was getting ready to go on vacation or his holiday break, but he wanted to check on me and the other persons before he left. So
That's
I mean,
good.
what more can you say about that?
Well, we touched on earlier about the added value that the new roof can add to your home. Other homeowners will actually have their house reappraised after installing a new roof. Did you folks do that as well? And if so, what did you find out?
It went up. We did have it reappraised because
Good.
we're refinancing, and the fellow just came out, and it's much higher than it was. The city appraised it at a certain, the city assessed at a certain level, but this appraisal came in much higher. It added a lot of value. In 2 weeks, it's added thousands of dollars of value.
Pays for itself.
Yeah. So my
Then
refinance is coming through now.
That's it. Well, they say there's a certain peace of mind in knowing that it's the last roof your house will ever need. So tell me, how does that make you feel?
Oh, I feel great. It makes me want to do more to the home to try to bring the rest of the home up to the level and quality of the roof. So we're going to be working on some flooring next. We may do some gutter guards, and they've got to protect that roof at all costs. So it's motivated us to do even more to make the house even better.
Oh, that's good. And finally, how would you rate your overall experience with Custom Home Improvement, and would you recommend them to friends and neighbors?
Well, on a scale of 10 to 10, minimum 10, if you could go higher, I would do that. absolutely
Great.
would recommend Custom Home. I've talked to several people about using Custom Home. I don't know if it's paid off yet, but I'm talking them up. I kept my sign up for several weeks, hoping people would go by and see it. So I can't, again, say enough good things about the company.
Oh, that is good to
They're
hear.
Great.
Well, I want to thank you so much for stopping by today and sharing a candid conversation about your roof. And again, I want to congratulate you on your new roof. It looks beautiful.
Thank you, thank you. And
You're welcome.
one last comment, I put this in my Google review. I've had 4 or 5 different roofs put on, and trust me, Custom Home Improvement is the gold standard for roofing companies in our area. So I would highly recommend you use them.
That is good to hear. Well, you take care and you have a good day, and
Thank
love
you.
your new your last roof
Yeah.
that you'll ever need.
Thank
Thank you.
Thank you.